Welcome to Fingernail Fixer video. We're going to play with a little bit of stamping. Today I'm using Maniology. And I want to talk about how you can take a really basic looking, simple stamping pattern and just enhance it simply by stamping itself on top of itself by using two contrasting colors. And in this case, I really kind of want to create a background shadow. So I'm going to use a really dark color that's similar to the base color to create a background shadow for a layer of a brighter or lighter color in contrast, so that it really brings out the simplicity of the stamp. So you're layering and you're going quickly because we're using stamping polish, so we can't really like look at it for a long time and line it up like you could if you were using a stamping gel. And so we're doing it pretty quickly, and yet the simplicity of it is that this is really dark, so it kind of blends into the background, and this is really light, but the pattern is the same. And so we really get a really cool effect because you're layering that same pattern, and we don't have to really worry about lining it up perfectly, because it's not so much about making it look like it is the background or the outline. It's just that little bit of contrast just kind of adds to the look of the stamp and gives it a more kind of a look of more depth. So I have my nails polished. They haven't been top coated. If you are not as confident in your stamping skills, go ahead and top coat your polish so that you have a little bit of leeway if you mess up and kind of quickly wiping off the stamp. Shake your stamping polish just a little bit. And as always, you can find all of the colors and products that I've used in the video in the caption below. Just going to swipe across. Polish off, and here I didn't quite hold my swiping card correctly, so I didn't quite get it off there the way that I want to. So I'm going to show you a little trick for that. If you struggle with stamping plates that kind of have that hump, if you end up with that little smudge of polish there that's sitting on top of the stamp, I want to show you a little trick that you can do to avoid getting that little extra bit of polish there. Instead of swiping off the edge of the plate like you might normally do, swipe towards the center, and then you get a little bit better pickup. And I'm just going to set this down and pretty quickly lay it, because the polish is going to be drying pretty fast. It's stamping polish on top of regular polish, so I don't have the sticky layer of gel polish to pull it off of my nail. If you are stamping on top of regular polish and your regular polish is already really dry and you want a little more time to kind of align things, you could use a sticky base coat to pull it off. And I'm going to get this pretty close so that you can see that black really almost blends into that gunmetal gray base layer. There's not a lot of differentiation in the color. However, the beauty of this is not so much in the black by itself. It's in having that black background with the lighter color. Let's get the stamping plate cleaned off, and then we can pull in that lighter color. And how'd you like that little trick of going sideways instead of off the plate? It just makes it a little more consistent that you don't leave that little extra bit of polish when you're jumping off the edge. I'm going to take my lighter color and do exactly the same thing that I did with the dark color. And as you can see, the black doesn't really jump out. It just added a smidge of depth that really pulls that brighter color and makes the stamp of the brighter color a little bit more evident. And when we top coat that, it will be a lot more in depth. So I'll go ahead and finish these up and then top coat them so you can see the difference that that makes. As you can see, once you top coat with that layer, let's see if we can get it to focus just a little bit. There we go. Having that darker color back behind there just adds a little bit more depth. So I hope this tutorial with some layering, even though it's really basic layering with a really simple design, gives you some ideas and you have a lot of fun with layering. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate your time and I look forward to seeing you in another fingernail fixer video.